It's time to discuss transfers once again. And since this video is being recorded on the 1st of June, that means the transfer window has officially opened. I mean, clubs have been doing their business, but as at now, the transfer window is officially, opened on all accounts. And without wasting much time, let's talk about Manchester United and Bruno Fernandes, Victor. Of course, Fernandes has been making the rounds over the past 2 days. Al Hilal are looking to sign him, and they could offer, somewhere around 80 to 100 million pounds to sign him this summer. From a Manchester United point of view, Victor, would they be right to let him go?
Definitely not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the lad's biggest fan, and he's not ideal, but he's by far the best thing they've got going for them. I've been seeing the rumors that they would, if they sell him, they would replace him with Gonçalves from Sporting. It
Yeah.
doesn't make much sense because they would be paying for Gonçalves almost as much as they would be getting for Fernandes. So I just don't see how this makes sense. He's already a known entity for United. Just keep him.
Mm. Okay, fair enough. But some people are making a counter argument that the Fernandez is not getting younger. Sometimes he throws tantrums. If you can take that money and improve two other positions, it might probably do the club some good. Anyways, I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that one plays out. And over to you, Max. We've been talking about Chelsea all a lot, and recently we spoke about how or whether they do have a transfer plan. And now another report says they are exploring the idea of signing Nico Williams. But the question here is, do they need yet another winger, considering all the options they have at the moment?
I mean, the short answer is obviously not, especially not Nico, because he was quite unstable this season. And also, when you see Conference League final and you look how poor Jackson plays, you definitely go for striker first. Only then you can think about wingers, and especially not about Nico.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. In my opinion, I think Chelsea need to sign, striker. They've signed the lap and whatnot, but I don't think they need any more wingers. In my opinion, they
Center
could
back,
field,
goalie as well before you get to a
yeah, a
winger.
goalie as well. They could field an XI of two different wingers. To be honest. Anyways, moving on, Victor. Liverpool obviously are in search of a striker. It's common, knowledge that Nunez is most likely on his way out of the club. And now reports are saying Liverpool are considering a move for Gonzalo Ramos. It could cost around 55 to 60 million pounds. In your opinion, would that be a reasonable signing?
I mean, he's pretty handy. I'll give him that. 1.20 goal contributions per 90 minutes in the last year. That's a very good return. He ranks highly for XG per 90 as well, actually in the top 2% of strikers in the top 5 leagues. He's only turning 24 this month, so he's got that going for him. But all of this comes with a big caveat. He's been playing in the French league, which, with all due respect, is nowhere near the Prem. Um, Another important thing to take into account is Liverpool seems to turn strikers a little bit anonymous. They rely on Salah a lot. Now Wirtz is coming in. A striker would need to be fantastic to stand out. Look at Diogo Jota. He's a great striker, but seems average because of the team. If they can find a great number 9 who's willing to be in the shadow of Salah and Wirtz and a couple of others, sure.
Yeah, fair point. In my opinion, I've always seen Liverpool as the side that, they don't always go for a traditional nine. They go for that striker that can, move in between lines and whatnot. So
Yeah, the
it
false
seems
nine.
Liverpool are still, yeah, a false nine, Firmino kind of player and whatnot. But I mean, Slot might have something different in mind, so we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. Moving on, Max. United and Aston Villa are set to battle it out for Lille goalkeeper Lucas Chevalier. And now the French club are expecting up to 40 million, for the 23-year-old. In your opinion, between United and Aston Villa, who needs a new goalkeeper more?
I
Such a
mean,
funny question.
I mean, Onana has had a lot of Euros leading to goals, previous season, but actually, I'd say he's not the biggest problem in United, especially at the moment. So, as we all know, Emi Martinez is leaving Aston Villa after the season, right? So, they obviously need a goalkeeper. So, this probably fits them much better than United, especially when we need a lot of positions to improve, not necessarily a goalkeeper line.
Well, praise Jesus. The United fan thinks Onana should continue at the club. More to that. And just on a final note, Victor, Manchester City are expected to complete the signing of Reinders and Ryan Cherki this week. We've talked about both players in previous transfers, and the fact that City are signing them up in less than 2 weeks shows just how these guys are ready to throw money at anything. Now that City are looking to rebuild ahead of next season, there's a key question, Victor. Seeing how City are throwing money after their first season where they, sort of performed below expectations, would you consider Guardiola a checkbook manager?
Surely, right? I mean, in years past, he's had a bigger defense budget than some small countries. Okay,
Wow.
I don't think he's ever tried or never had to try to achieve things on a shoestring budget. Try airdropping him at Fiorentina or Sevilla or Mönchengladbach and see how that goes.
Hmm. I mean, this is probably one of my most controversial football takes of all time, but I've always been on the opinion that Pep Guardiola is good, but he's not as good as people place him because all the clubs he has ever been at had to back him a ridiculous amount of money. From Barca to Bayern, to Manchester City. Just like Victor said, I would like to see him. Mourinho has proven his doubters wrong. He went to Roma, he has gone to Spurs, he has gone everywhere. He has shown himself. But I would like Guardiola to go to a side like, Sevilla, Mönchengladbach and whatnot,
We
and
will
let's see
not
what he
see,
can do.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly the point. We'll
Exactly.
probably never see it. So I'm conflicted in my opinion about Pep Guardiola. But anyways, City are going to sign both players and it's going to be, an intense packed midfield for City next season. Everybody's doing their business quick and fast. And of course, we at TPL News will be giving all the best bits and all the best reactions as the transfers happen.